I am the United States Field Artillery. I fly the skies with my light forces, sail the sea with my Marines, and pound the ground with my heavy forces. I see with satellites, touch with my terrible thunder, and taste the sweet glory of victory. I am everywhere, mobile, agile, and lethal. I deal in steel. I was born of necessity in 1775 when the British fired upon our militia at Lexington and Concord. My 6-pounder cannons were captured field pieces, drawn by oxen from battlefield to battlefield. I crossed the Delaware River with Washington on Durham boats and wintered at Valley Forge. At the moment of victory at Yorktown, it was I who fired the decisive rounds. I am firepower for freedom. I was called to defeat the British again in 1812. I fired for the charge at Chippewa, outdueling the Royal Artillery and carrying the day. I was there at the Battle of New Orleans with my lethal lanyards pulling devastation down on our enemy. Then in 1846, I stood fast against the superior forces of Santa Anna. The Mexicans came close enough to smell the smoke of my cannons and feel the deadly sting of my grape as my flying artillery bombarded the battlefield. I rule with thundering steel. And then in 1861, with my muzzle-loaded guns and my observers positioned by my side, I saw us torn apart by the war between the states. I was there on both sides with the blue and the gray. My fires decided victory at Malvern Hill, Antietam, Shiloh, Chancellorsville, and Gettysburg. I am mind-numbing, bone-shattering savagery. I was part of the American Expeditionary Force that under General Blackjack Pershing helped defeat the Kaiser and the German Army in 1918. I had larger cannon, but my main arm was the French 75mm gun, drawn into battle position by horses. As World War II approached and the forces I fired for became more mobile, I moved by trucks and became armored field artillery. With my Priest 105mm self-propelled howitzer and my observers forward with the tankers and infantrymen, I adjusted my ferocious fires for our forces. I massed fires by battery, battalion, division artillery, and even dealt my death by corps artillery. I am the greatest killer on the battlefield. I was there, in the mountains of Korea and the jungles of Vietnam. From Pusan and Incheon north to the Yalu, the pounding of my 155mm towed guns helped bring about the peace accord at Panmunjom in 1953. In fire bases in Vietnam and with my air mobile firepower, it was I who brought howitzer hell to the enemy for our maneuver forces using my multiple field pieces, 105, 155, 175, and 203. I am death on call. I was there for the Cold War, as America stood her ground for international democracy. I gave her my lance and then the mighty Pershing missile, which forced our opponents to the negotiating table. Though I never fired a missile in anger, my Pershing peacemaker was strategic. I am persuasive power for peace. And I'll be there when you need me. I am ubiquitous on the battlefield. I can focus my firepower like a flashlight beam, raining death and destruction down upon our foe. My rocket's red glare is now white hot from 6 packs of steel, rapid, far-reaching, and awesome. The autonomous actions of my howitzers can shell out hell to bring our enemy to his knees. And when I'm done, he'll bow before me, because I am, and always will be, the King of Battle.